Imagine waking up tomorrow, and before the world even understands what is happening, missiles are already in the air, oil routes are collapsing, military bases are on alert, power grids are being targeted, markets are panicking. And across the Middle East, one mistake is turning into a chain reaction no one can stop. Because a war between Iran and the United States would not begin like the wars people remember. It would begin fast, silent in some places, explosive in others, and within hours it could drag an entire region and the global economy into chaos. If you're new here, subscribe to Mystrixia, turn on the bell and stay with us. Because the truth behind history's deadliest weapons is darker than most people realize. The United States has the most powerful military on Earth. Iran does not match that power in conventional terms. But that is exactly where most people misunderstand the danger. Iran was never built to win a direct, symmetrical war against America. It was built to make war unbearably expensive, too costly, too unstable, too wide to control. Its strategy is not based on defeating Washington in a clean battlefield victory. It is based on forcing the United States into a conflict where every success creates a new crisis. And that strategy depends on three things: rapid strikes, regional depth, and asymmetric warfare. If war begins, the first blow likely will not come from fighter jets. It will come from missiles. Ballistic missiles launched in waves toward US bases and strategic sites across the region. The purpose would not necessarily be total destruction. The purpose would be disruption, to damage runways, to overload defenses, to delay response, to create confusion in the first critical hours, when speed matters most. Because in modern war, even a short delay can change everything. But missiles alone are not the full picture. The real danger is the combination. Iran has long invested in a style of attack designed to overwhelm even advanced defenses. This is known as a saturation attack. Ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, drones launched in overlapping waves, not just to destroy targets, but to flood radar screens, divide attention, and push defensive systems past their limits. And once that happens, some threats get through. That is what makes this kind of war so dangerous. Not because defenses do not exist, but because no defense is perfect when too many threats arrive at once. But one of the most dangerous weapons in this war would not be a missile at all. It would be a narrow stretch of water. The Strait of Hormuz. A massive share of the world's oil moves through this corridor. And if it is disrupted, the consequences spread far beyond the battlefield. Iran has long been associated with strategies built around this choke point: mines, fast attack craft, coastal missile systems, and maritime harassment. Even a limited disruption could send oil prices surging, rattle financial markets, and turn a regional war into a global economic shock. And then there is the battlefield most people never think about. Cyber war, no smoke, no sirens, no visible explosion, just systems failing, networks freezing, infrastructure breaking under invisible pressure, banking platforms, energy systems, communications networks, critical infrastructure. Imagine cities going dark, not because a bomb fell from the sky, but because code slipped through the cracks. That is the kind of disruption modern conflict can bring. Silent, immediate, and deeply destabilizing. But the greatest danger is not the first strike. It is what comes after. Because wars like this do not remain clean or limited for long. Every response invites another response. Every miscalculation widens the fire. Every attack increases pressure on leaders to go further. And with US forces spread across the region, with allies, proxies, shipping lanes and critical infrastructure all exposed. And that is the most terrifying truth of all. This is not fantasy. These scenarios have been studied, gamed and prepared for. They exist in military planning, strategic doctrine and real-world tension. What the world has seen before may have only been a warning. Because in the modern age, major wars do not always begin with speeches. They do not always begin with declarations. Sometimes they begin with one strike, one decision, one silence, and then the whole world realizes too late that history has already changed.